Alrighty guys, hey yo, what is up guys, Magnus Rick here, back with some more MR-YSORIGIN. In the last video, we pretty much just did the abridged version of Hugo's climb up the beginning portion of the tower. This time we're just going to be going up the flooded prison and rushing through this as fast as possible, which is going to involve us getting the dash, which is going to be over there on the left over here. I've memorized this shit so hard right now, guys. 3 times I've played this game. Oops. Still haven't memorized it enough for that, though. I guess one minor important detail that's not all that important to note is that whenever Hugo picks up armor, it's in the same location, but it is actually different armor. So I don't know if that actually equates to different values or if it's just a different picture, but I don't remember that, to be honest. So you know, it's just a cool little touch. You know, not everybody uses the same armor. It's going to be suited to whatever the class is. So. Alrighty guys, already at the boss of flooded, or I guess mini boss of flooded prison. I've been waiting for you. Rematch already? Shit. It took us till the end of the game to get a rematch with opponent, but they might have just dumped it off really early on this one. I'm seriously impressed you're still alive. I never would have thought you'd actually beat Valagander. Valagander? Ah, the large demon between the tiers. It was a powerful fiend to be sure, but its low intelligence was its undoing. It never stood a chance. You're really starting to piss me off, you know that? But I guess that works out pretty well, because now I'm even more keen on beating the starch out of that collar. Let's try this one more time. I'm gonna tear that pasty face of yours into bloody shreds. What's the matter? Come on, it's time for a rematch. You just never learn, do you? I already defeated you once. What makes you think things will turn out any differently this time? What? You should get some help, or some traps, or something. Instead, you're just duplicating the circumstances of your loss. See, this is why I hate dealing with the unintelligent. Yo, he's a fuck, man. Seems I struck a nerve. Though it's hard to believe anything I said could have actually sunk in through that thick skull of yours. God damn! The hell is your problem? If you're so goddamn smart, then fine, I'll take your advice. Maybe then you'll understand just what being a little shit and talking down to others really gets you. Damn! So here's where we're gonna get a little bit of variation in Hugo's shit. He is kind of overpowered, though. Whoa. What do you think? I borrowed a couple familiars from one of my companions. I generally prefer taking a more hands-on approach to battle, but you've got those eyeball things, so it seems only fair I use a few tricks of my own, you know? God. This isn't good. I'm not certain I'll be able to handle 2 at once, and that's assuming she lets them do all the work. If she joins in, I could be in real trouble. Huh? Hey, what do you think you're doing? Your enemy's over there, the pissy little wizard guy. Oh, fuck. They're turning on opponent. Get fucked. Damn you, Zava. Aren't these things supposed to be loyal to the summoner? They're basically wild animals. Hey, piss boy. Why the hell are you just standing there? Oh, don't mind me. Please do continue. I'd never deign to ruin such a touching moment between a master and her 2 loving pets. Would you cut the shit already? I'm asking for your help. Just lend me a hand here. Why should I? Sorry, but you've made your own bed. It's time you see how it feels to lie in it. Whoa, wait, stop. Remember when I said you reminded me of someone else? Well, if I die here, you'll never find out who. I'm listening. Wow, that actually worked? Okay, one of my companions in this tower is a guy who looks a lot like you. If you help me survive this mess, I'll tell you everything I know about him. Alright, but you'd better stay true to your word. One of them started chasing her. Alright guys, I kind of lied a little bit. It is just going to be a 1v1 fight against a Valagander, but this is the first, actually the first boss battle that we had with Unica, so it's a little interesting that we get to fight this guy so far along, and I keep shooting him before he morphs. I should stop doing that. Okay, there you go. So you can see they do it a little bit out of order, but like I said, all the bosses, or most of the bosses, are going to be like that. You have the key bosses for the area zones, but most of the mini bosses and stuff are kind of they're suited to the story. So already doing the split attack, and I'm gonna actually use the burst mode of YSOHUGO. A little bit more damage. I'm like taking hardly any damage at all. I guess that's the benefit of playing on very easy. Let me tell you. Whoa, that was easy enough. Definitely nowhere near as menacing as it seemed. I almost feel bad for it. Ah, looks like yours is taken care of too. You really saved my ass, thanks. Our source told us the people of Ys are all do-gooders with hearts of gold, but I guess you're a little different, huh? It took some convincing before you agreed to help me after all. I really thought you were just gonna walk away and leave me to get eaten. I probably should've. It would have been a fitting end for you. But I didn't, and you know exactly why not. I expect you to keep your promises. No excuses. Yeah, I get it. You want to know more about the guy who looks like you, right? That's correct. Okay then. Man, where do I begin? He joined up with our leader about 6 months ago, give or take. He fights using these claws on its forearms, and he's pretty damn good with them. Not much for conversation, though. Can't give you a name, unfortunately, because he never told us his. He just said to call him the Claw. How tech is that, you know? The Claw? And I guess he's got the power to absorb energy from fallen demons or something. I'm not really sure how that works, but Saba hates his guts because of it. Seems like every demon she summons he kills, and she gets really attached to her familiars. Oh yeah, I guess you don't know who that is. Zava is the sorceress who serves as an advisor to our leader. She's real creepy. 6 months. Well, it's the right time frame, but this whole business with the claws is rather suspect. Could it be someone else? What? What is it? Why are you staring at me like that? Just marveling at how similar you two look. It really is uncanny, especially when you've got that same angsty look on your face. He does that all the time. So what do you think? You two related? Long lost brothers, maybe? I think I've heard enough. Huh? I said I've heard enough. I'm convinced you've learned your lesson, so I'll let you live this time. But you best get the hell out of my sight. What's with the attitude all of a sudden? I've been pretty damn accommodating if I do say so myself. That was just you keeping up your end of the bargain. And make no mistake, it was a bargain for you. Like it or not, we're still enemies. So unless you want to go one last round to the death, I think this would be a good time for you to bow out gracefully. God damn, I think you might even be more of a sourpuss than he is. Well, if that's how you want it, suit yourself. Seems I must have dug up one too many unpleasant memories, so it's probably best I give you the time to cool down anyway. Wait. What do you mean by that? Bullseye. You want a final showdown with me? Next time. Just make sure you come prepared. I know I will. Damn, she's got teleportation magic. Well, no matter. She's a minor nuisance at best. Clearly not a real threat in any way. But still, 6 months ago, a man who fights with his claws on his forearms. Could it really be him? Right there, they're doing a lot more, well, they're doing a lot more, a very interesting story, like a mystery kind of thing. It really compels you to continue playing, guys. I had to say, with Unica's storyline, it was extremely straightforward. It was get to the tower, save the goddesses. In this one, they started off by saying that, yeah, saving the goddesses is only secondary to what this secret mission is with this guy that looks like me. Obviously, we're delving up some memories and stuff like that. And Epona is actually going to be talking through us like that, kind of revealing a lot of what's going on the other side of things. So that's going to be kind of interesting to see if you guys are watching for the story's sake. that you get to see a little bit more about what's going on in the background with this story. This is, again, why I feel like Hugo is a good playthrough after you've already played through Unica. Because Unica's side of things kind of focuses on what the knights and stuff are doing here to try to save the goddesses, while Hugo's is kind of like, you know, in the middle ground with that. So, you know, he does not give a shit about people is what I'm saying. Very clearly, he's a fucking asshole. I'll tell you that right now. If you guys didn't get that, he's an asshole. How do you, he dissed the shit out of your opponent, by the way. What's this? Ah, I think I see. This should allow me to hold my breath underwater for a longer period of time, if I'm not mistaken. A very convenient item indeed. And that would be coming from the Lila show. Hugo, are you there? Yes, Eolia, I can hear you. Is something wrong? No, quite the opposite actually. The Holy Knights have just arrived in the tower. The search party has been completely reassembled, more or less. As soon as you have a moment, your presence is requested back here as well. Understood. I'll warp back to base immediately. Thanks, see you in a moment. That was quicker than anticipated. I suppose this solar search hasn't been without its merits though. I definitely made some headway. It pains me to stop now, but ignoring this summons would only raise suspicion. Very ominous comment to say right there. It seems like he's seriously on like a secret mission right now, where saving the goddesses is only secondary to that. He's like, they'll raise suspicion. They'll know. Hugo. Ah, Rico. Glad to see you up and about. Yeah, Miyushi's healing spells really helped out a lot. Though honestly, I would have been fine on my own as well. It just would have taken a bit longer. You really should have let her keep you company, Hugo. You too? Honestly. It's okay, Rico. I didn't mind, honest. I'm just glad to see you're safe, Hugo. How's everything going? Did you get much further up the tower? Not really. I still haven't even covered a third of it. And no clues yet as to the whereabouts of the goddesses, I'm afraid. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Well, I guess we still have a long way to go then. I see you've returned. You've returned. Forgot who was talking right there. I thought it was like Kadeen or something. Sir Knight? Please allow me to formally introduce myself. My name is Galleon. I serve as Deputy Commander of the Holy Knights. And I am Cecilia, his aide. Ramona, nice to meet you. My name is Roy. I'm a new recruit. You see, that wasn't even explained, I don't think, even in Unica's story, that Roy is brand new knight. It's a pleasure to meet you all. My name is Hugo Fact. Maybe it was, and I was negligent. Fact? Wait, so... does that mean... It seems I finally get to put a face to the name. You're related to Toll Fact, are you not? I'm his younger brother. Is there some sort of problem with that? No, not at all. Please, do excuse the question. It was most impolite of me to ask. That's quite alright. Come, there's much to discuss. We must pool our knowledge if we are to be successful in locating goddesses. I just ad-libbed the shit out of that, by the way. I didn't think it possible for the situation to become more urgent than it already was. So the demons are under control of humans. But why? Who are they? Whoever they are, they're serious. We mustn't take them lightly. Indeed, particularly since we know at least one of them has considerable skill with magic. It is extremely likely that the same enemy is responsible for disrupting our transport spell. If you're right, then we definitely got our work cut out for us, because that was one hell of an impact. Oh, come on, Roy. There's no need for the long face. I'm sure she's just fine. Ramona. Did something happen? Come to think of it, weren't there 12 people in the search party? It seems we're still short a couple. Unica Toba is presently unaccounted for. She's an apprentice knight. Dino's out looking for her. Oh. It's okay though. Even though the transport spell was disrupted, the force field that protected us stayed intact the whole time. So there's something a little bit interesting. This is why at the start of the playthrough yesterday, guys, in the last video, I mentioned that this is not really kind of... obviously, this is not possible for it to be the same storyline just because I'm killing all the bosses and Unica isn't here yet. So I consider each playthrough kind of like its own alternate timeline kind of thing, where slight things are different from others. In this case, Unica's not even at the tower yet. She's still lost. So, like I said, alternate timelines, and believe it or not, they're not canonically correct until we get to the last character, which I'm not going to reveal anything on that. Haven't actually played through that one myself, but just so you guys know, Unica and Hugo stories are not exactly canonically correct. They're kind of just interesting in their own right, though. A lot of things are very, a lot of the facts that you learn in the stories will play a huge part in the last one. So, anyway, guys, let's continue. So I'm certain Unica is all right. I sure hope so. Dino is more than capable of finding her, I believe. Right now, we must focus on the task at hand. Time is of the essence. Our top priority is to locate Ladies Rhea and Fina and ensure their safety. You can leave that to us. If there's even the slightest chance they were captured by the enemy, we knights will stop at nothing to set them free. Very well. I appoint the Holy Knights as vanguard then. But physical prowess alone may not be enough. Hugo's intelligence suggests there is a powerful wizard at play as well. If so, our sorceress's talents may yet prove vital in combat. I would ask that all sorceresses join the knights in their reconnaissance. Of course, you can count on our support. Understood. I'll do whatever I can to help. I can't tell if I'm scared or excited right now. What a comment, Rico. Actually, Rico, I have a special task in mind for you. I'd like for you to remain here at home base. What? It was for that shitty comment, Rico. Everybody's like, I'll help. Yes, let's do it. I'm scared. Or excited. Weird ass Rico. Anyway, you are well versed in the mystic knowledge of your house, are you not? Specifically the spells of tampering? I suspect many powerful foes lie in wait for us within these walls. As such, I would like you to remain on hand to use your magic to strengthen the search party's weapons as needed. Oh, okay then. No problem at all. I'm glad I can be of service. Man, you got put on JV, man. Sucks. Do you really plan on continuing the search by yourself, Hugo? Yes, I think it's for the best. The eyes of fact present a hazard to any bystanders in range. I'd hate to cause any injury. The eyes of fact present a hazard to any bystanders in range. I'd hate to cause injury to one of our own. Still, Hugo, I don't have time to placate you, Miusha. I know what you're going to ask, and the answer is no. Please understand, it's for your own good. Okay, I guess you're right. It was a stupid idea anyway. Sorry. Shall we go, Kadena? Sure, let's go. We'll see you later, Hugo. Try to stay out of trouble. Jesus, that was fucked up! He just straight up said, fuck you. To Miusha. Poor Miusha, man. Do you have something to say to me? Not exactly. Your fuse just seems a little shorter than usual today, that's all. I mean, you've never been very delicate with words, but let's just say that was the absolute antithesis of delicate. Is something the matter? It's none of your concern. Yeah, that's pretty much what I thought you'd say. Well, if you ever need to talk, I'm always willing to lend an ear. Come for the weapon tempering, stay for therapy, or something like that. Just know that I'm here for you, Hugo. I read you like a book, man. Obviously something's bothering him. Definitely gonna be about this guy. If I ever need to talk, he says. This isn't exactly a matter that lends itself to friendly discourse. Oh well, all I can do now is focus on the road ahead of me. As long as I stay a few steps ahead of the knights, I should be fine. And let's not forget to get our weapon tempering. Our free one from Rico, since he has one already for us. Alright guys, not a lot of interesting stuff happening until the next cutscene or boss, so I'm just going to go ahead and skip it. Also, I should note, some of the platforms also are different. That right there is actually different from Unica's playthrough. I have no idea why they did that. Those platforms are floating on the water. In Unica's, they're floating over the water. Sometimes the platforms don't fall. I don't understand that. I don't know if it's a new feature or something that you get with Hugo, but some things are a little bit weird about that. I have no idea why some of the platforms and jumps are different for the two characters. because honestly, the gliding effect shouldn't affect any of the jumps you have to make in this game. There shouldn't be any jumps that Unica can make that Hugo just can't. So it's just a little bit weird, I thought. So, all right, guys, making our way to 11 strike hammer. And we got the trap mine skill. So this is our thunder skill, guys, for Hugo. It's actually kind of interesting. It leaves behind a mine. It takes a little bit to cast. And as you guys can see, you can only leave 2 at a time, no matter what your magic is, because, or actually not 2 at a time, just as many as eyes as you have. So it leaves an eye behind it. After a while, that eye explodes. Now, while the eye is on the ground, you can only shoot for as many eyes as you have left. So if you drop both of them down, you only get to shoot 1 magic beam. So the eyes actually play a really important role in terms of how strong your magic is, because if you keep dropping skills down, you actually lower your deeps, or I guess your range of your skills, because of it. So this is where the burst mode actually comes quite important, because by using burst mode, you obviously summon more eyes. If you can summon more eyes, then you can get more attacks off. Like, you can put down 5 bombs instead of just a normal 2. So burst mode, I think, plays a much more significant role than it does with Unica's character, honestly. So and that's something that you'll definitely see once we get the last magic as well. But this one especially is very noticeable when you're able to use it or spam it, because it is really powerful if you can. So burst mode, that's probably going to be what we're going to be using, is spamming the mines, because it is not a weak attack, I'll tell you that much. So, but hitting enemies with it is probably the most annoying thing. So yeah, I gotta say, guys, the flooded prison actually is one straightforward as hell dungeon. The only reason reason you have to backtrack is if you forget to pick up the medallion, which is at the start, hidden very fuckily, but you know. Luckily I knew all about it. I didn't the first time though, so there's that. I don't like the looks of this pillar one bit. The air in here too feels electrified. There's definitely something off about this whole room. What does it mean can you really feel electricity? I guess if you're a magic user. There's like no other good way to hit him other than this right now. I think probably one of the best ways to hit him, honestly. If he lands though, he's fucked. He should know that. We can also charge it up. I haven't charged it up yet, but you can charge it up for a really big bomb. It also has a longer detonation, so there's that to consider. That it's kind of hard to get hits on that. Actually, kind of regret I'm not stronger right now. We took care of all the... I'm right. Did you guys see me running on him? That was sick. I wish I would have kept running. I wonder what would have happened. Please stop. It's like a million times easier to shoot the bombs away with Hugo as well. Whoa. He always lands with his head like away from me, so I can't hit him. You gonna go again, or okay? Again, there would be much more thought put into when we kill those balls if it was not on very easy right now, but much the same problem we had with Unica. So you don't want to kill those balls at all. You just want to break their outer shell, get them close to dying, but don't kill them, because then they start dropping bombs non-stop. Bombs are not too big of a problem with Hugo, though. I gotta admit that. So And guys, we run into Guilty Fire just like that. So guys, I apologize. This may have been a little bit of a shorter video, but I kind of wanted to go through each floor, I guess, in each video. So we went through the first, I guess, initial tower. Then we went through the flood prison. Next video, guys, we're going to be going up Guilty Fire. Catch you guys then.